This isn't a planned live in the sense that I didn't schedule it or invite anybody, but it's planned in the sense that it's very intentional and I'm following my spirit and doing what I feel called to do, which is to share some of the backstory about divine utterance. So, welcome. If you've subscribed, I thank you. And if you haven't yet, I'm going to ask that you please like the page and subscribe before you leave, and that you share any tips, information, knowledge that you might have, things that you want to talk about, just share with me, because one thing I love doing is connecting. And that's probably the reason why I chose to go live instead of doing a recorded video. I really appreciate the opportunity to connect with the community and the people that I love and that I am in contact with through this business and this venture. So, divine utterance, the backstory. So, I guess I'll start with how um, how I even came to decide to be in business. My daughter, my eldest daughter, she has a clothing company. Her and her business partner do custom clothing, and they have a number of people that support them, a number of people that have supported them over the years. And when they just started, I committed to supporting them also. But I didn't just want to buy pieces, I wanted to have regular support for them. And so I decided that I would do a custom clothing line and use them exclusively for my printing needs, as a way of supporting them. So I wouldn't just be giving them business just to give them business, I'd be giving them regular business. Um, so I thought, okay, with t shirts, what would I like to do? And over the past few years in my spiritual journey, I have really been trying to be cognizant about the things that I speak and the things that I say, and what I let sit within my level of consciousness, what I let bother me, what I let motivate me, the thoughts that I allow to consume me or to propel me. And so I really wanted to do a t shirt line or sweater line, clothing line that would be about that, being intentional about what it is that you put into the universe as much as possible. Because we all know we have thoughts that we can't control, and sometimes things come to mouth that we don't necessarily mean, but they have an impact. I began thinking about, where does that start? Where can I go to the origin of that? And I came to the Egyptian god Hu, which is not a very well-known Egyptian god. This is a personification of the creator's um, thoughts that became words, and the sound that Atum, the Egyptian primeval god, which is the sun god, that Atum made when he ejaculated and created the universe. So the sound that he made upon release, and if you think of it, that's the sound the wind makes, that's the sound that we make when we're relieved. It's a sound that is very common when things are happening that are powerful or overwhelming, um, and expressing with intent, creation started. So Hu is the personification. It's a deity that is personified relating to the utterances of the divine, hence the name Divine Utterance. The clothing line began with affirmations, and so that's the theme that I've stayed on. And the affirmations, if you've ever seen them, if you haven't, I'll describe. If you've seen them, you know. If you haven't, I'll describe. The affirmations are written in mirror. That is very intentional. because I don't believe affirmations that are for you are for showcase necessarily. I don't think that gives the same impact as having an affirmation that you can read as often as possible or you can say as often as possible. I don't think it has the same level of impact or power or, even uh, intentionality. So they're written in mirror, printed in mirror, so that when you stand in front of a mirror, whether you're adorning yourself, whether you're preparing yourself to leave your home, or you're just washing your hands in the bathroom, that every time you see yourself, you are reminded by this affirmation on your shirt that this is the intention that you're putting into the world. So there's different affirmations that we have. And I say we sometimes, even though divine utterance is me, myself, and I. I do refer to myself as we sometimes. So the affirmation line has, I believe, 5 different affirmations now. And those are where we started, with affirmation clothing. And because this started in the quarantine, in the beginning of the pandemic, there were a lot of things that I didn't have access to. And I had also undertaken my lock journey, not because of the pandemic, but because I was ready. And I was in a place where I did not want to be using products that have too much things that I can't name, that don't come out of the ground, that aren't provided by the divine, that are in the long run not the best for your hair or your hair's health. And so I decided that I would start trying to create a line of products, that I would do a line of products that help people with locks to maintain moisture, because moisture is the foundation for growth, being able to maintain and retain the moisture of your hair. And so I took a course on essential oils and another course on herbs, and took my learning and created something that was really special to me, because I used it in my own hair and I really noticed that it was moisturizing but not excessively greasy. And so I said, let me try this thing and see how it works. And I noticed also that there was a hole in the market, because black men were not able to go to barbers, and so a lot of them were growing beards, but there was not a lot of beard oils at the time that were naturally crafted and free of excess things. So while I was trying my hair oil out, I created a beard oil and started testing that. I had lots and lots of success. Thank you to the Angry Barber for being one of the people who tested my products on a number of different beards to help me determine what was working and what wasn't working. And the fact was that there wasn't anything that wasn't working. It was working really well. So after a couple of months, I released the beard oil for sale. And after that came the hair serum for hair growth. And I think I can say with confidence, not I think, I can say with confidence that there are a number of people having a lot of success with the hair serum for growth. My phone is a hotline, so I won't stay too long. I don't want to speak for other people. You can read the testimonials. Some of them are on the Instagram page, some are on the Facebook page. But some people who have had hair loss because of COVID, and the after effects of COVID, are seeing regrowth, thickening, and longer hair than they had even prior to their diagnosis. I've had success with people who have mild to moderate alopecia from traction, pulling and damage from processing, like relaxing and chemicals. And there's also been success with people who have significantly dry hair because of medications that they're taking. So that's been a blessing. And from the serum, I'm working on a shampoo. I'm not quite happy with it yet. I keep playing around with it, but to be fair, I have a lot of projects that I'm um, leading or a part of, and I want to be able to dedicate the time to that it deserves, so that I'm not rushing products out there because I need to get something out there. So there will be a shampoo coming and a conditioner. It's almost ready. I've used it myself. I'm just not quite happy with it. There's now a hair oil that's like a pomade. I should bring it so that you can see it. But there's a hair oil that's like a pomade or a hair butter. And that is going to be for sale soon also. It's ready. The formula is, I'm happy with it. The consistency, I love it. I just don't want to put it on the Instagram. I would rather have it on the website so that when you have a chance, you can look at all of the products that are available. From working with hair and hair products, and just working with wellness in general and things that help to maintain wellness, I had started taking CMOS as a part of my wellness journey. I was the heaviest I have been, not pregnant and not comfortable, and not really noticing how heavy I had gotten until I really started looking at myself in my clothes and in pictures and saying, you're not comfortable, queen. You're not. There's nothing wrong with being heavier, but for me, I was not comfortable. And so I needed to do something. And in taking the sea moss and researching sea moss and different types of moss that was available, I thought, geez, there's a lot of people that don't know the different qualities of moss that are out here, or how to properly clean and rehydrate moss. And sea moss is an alkaline food, so it really needs to be rehydrated and blended with either spring, but preferably in my case, alkaline water. And so I started making those, and those are doing quite well. I'm very happy to be able to share these wellness items with people because it makes me happy to create them. It gives me joy. I find myself glowing, singing, giving thanks to the Creator every time I'm crafting something, whether it's a hair oil, a beard oil, a hair serum, a sea moss, or a shirt or a sweater, whatever it may be. It brings me great joy, and I know that that joy comes through to people when you receive the product, because it's so heavily laden with that intention. The speech, the names of each of the products is an affirmation. It's a command over the energy that you want to have. The hair serum is called My Mane is Majestic. Ashe. It's created, and I call it an alchemical symphony. The products that are included are herbs, spices, essential oils, and carrier oils. Very intentionally thought out. The number of each, I hope the notifications aren't disturbing the sound too much. The number of each item that are included are alchemical. These are things that I was inspired to put in there, and that once I aligned it with the research, I received affirmation and confirmation, profirmation, that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right thing. So if you've purchased anything from me, know that it was made with intuition guiding me and science backing me. Ashe, I give thanks. And so in doing my spiritual journey, and of course everything that I would sell you or provide for you or create for you is something that I would either consume or wear myself. So know that it's not product that is below me. It's product that I either use or my family uses, or we would use if it's something that I'm doing that's specific for you, because I also do custom things, custom oils and lotions if you need them, custom clothes, custom moss, anything that you want customized, I'm happy to do it. And so I started blending the moss with mango pineapple because I had a request. And because I had the request, I said, let me just share this. And the mango pineapple is something that people seem to really enjoy. I'm very aware that pineapple, unfortunately, is not an alkaline fruit, but it's a flavor that people enjoy. So I'm continuing to make it. And I eventually see myself shifting into making just sea moss that is alkaline in base, whether it has fruit additions or not in the gel. And it's just gel. I'm not doing sea moss smoothies or drinks. I'm only doing gels so that you can add those to either your cooking products, to your hair, to your skin, or to your food. What else do I have? Oh, in doing my spiritual wellness and my journey, I was very drawn at the end of last year to Reiki. And as I develop interests or things that I'm comfortable with, I plan to incorporate them under the Divine Utterance umbrella, because the idea is for everything that's offered under Divine Utterance to be something that you are commanding into your reality, that you're manifesting into your reality. And so I was drawn to Reiki, and when I started looking at different places that offer courses, I came across a place that I really resonate with, for me to do my studies. I did my studies and I was attuned level 1, level 2, and finally certified Reiki master and practitioner. So I do I do some Reiki when I'm creating your products. I can't help it. Reiki's become a part of my daily life. It's a part of my daily spiritual walk and my daily spiritual journey. And I am noticing a lot of things that I was told would happen. Things like spiritual shedding, certain habits that I had that weren't serving my highest good, thought processes that weren't serving my highest good. And I think sometimes people might have the presumption that when you are being led on your journey, that you will have all of these wonderful thoughts and wonderful experiences and challenges won't come, and that's just not so. I feel like the more that you do the work on self, the more work presents itself, the more challenges present themselves, the more opportunities present themselves for you to put what it is that you've gained in terms of your knowledge into practice. And so I'm seeing not only the spiritual shedding, but I'm seeing spiritual growth. I can't even talk about Reiki without my hands getting warm and getting moistened, like right now. And it's such a beautiful thing because I use Reiki for self healing, but I use it in my practice with other people. I have some people that are allowing me to work with them, to help them heal and realign, and I'm very grateful for that because it's giving me the experience that I would love to have before I start teaching. But when the website is launched, and I keep talking about this website, the Divine Utterance website, the domain has been paid for. The website is under construction. I'm doing the construction. And I'm, as I mentioned earlier, in a bit of a state where I have a few projects on the go. And so I'm just not ready to launch it. But I do see myself launching it, I want to say by the end of next week, because my life will slow down by then. And so all of the products and services will be available on the Divine Utterance website. So if you want to talk to me more about Reiki and perhaps booking a session, I am totally open to that and excited about that. Even Reiki causes me to speak intentionally. It causes me to be mindful about what energy I want to embody in. And lately it's been all gratitude and appreciation. I've been very led to that. But in order to actively do Reiki, there are certain symbols and mantras that you must repeat. And so again, this theme of divine utterance keeps coming up for me. And so I'm just really thankful that the name came through the way that it did. And I'm thankful for the support that I've had so far. Thank you to those of you that have given me your attention for the last 19 minutes. I'm going to close out because tomorrow we have an amazing live. I'm going to have my sister with me co-hosting. We're going to be talking about karma and karmic debt. I don't think it'll be a one live type experience. It will definitely be a series of at least two discussions, because I don't think we can cover everything that we're going to need to cover in just one session. And I don't like to overwhelm people with information either. So thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. Thank you for absorbing. Thank you for your support. And I look forward to seeing you soon.